Welcome back to Main Street Living, Danielle, Cheryl. We all know that two things make Cheryl's eyes pop: traveling and talking about weather. So I know I'm getting excited right now.
It's almost like you guys know me or something. Absolutely. And our next guest, I'm super excited about this segment because we are talking weather. And 2020 will go down in the record books as far as the hurricane season is concerned. And we can partly thank La Niña to that. But have you ever wondered what La Niña is? What about El Nino? And what does all of that mean for this winter's weather forecast? Well, our next guest is Greg Fishel. He's one of the smartest men I know, and he's a meteorologist with 41 years of experience. Greg, so good to see you. Welcome to Main Street Living.
I really appreciate the opportunity to do this and to see you again.
Absolutely. So, Greg, first of all, tell us the difference. And I know this, but I want you to tell our viewers what the difference is between La Niña and El Nino.
It basically can be observed by looking at the water temperatures along the equator in the Pacific Ocean. That if you see a stripe of warmer than normal water temperatures along the equator in that region of the world, then we're in an El Nino. And if it's abnormally cold or colder than normal in that same region, then it's a La Nina. And research over the years has shown that strong events, especially on both sides of the fence, have profound effects on the weather in all parts of the world.
Absolutely. And talk about what's happening right now in 2020 and what that means as we head into the winter season.
Well, every indication is that the La Nina conditions that have been developing will persist through this upcoming winter. And so generally, and I want to emphasize that word in all caps, it tends to correlate with warmer and drier than normal conditions across the southern half of the United States. And if anybody's going to be colder than normal, it tends to be the Pacific Northwest and perhaps up into the northern plains. However, I do want to point out that even if you end up with a milder than normal winter, it does not preclude the possibility of extreme events or just normal winter events in the other direction. For instance, in January of 1985 in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where I spent most of my professional life, we set our all-time record low of -9, the all-time record by 7 degrees that was set back in the previous century. And yet that winter as a whole ended up being right around normal. And so just because an entire season can be characterized one way doesn't mean that individual days are necessarily going to match up with that.
I'm glad that you brought that up because we are seeing so many more extreme weather events, and a lot of that can be tied to climate change as well. And so what do you think the chances are, the mid-Atlantic states, for example, or even some place like Raleigh, North Carolina, in getting snow this year?
Would it be okay if I said, I don't know?
Yes. Meteorology isn't an exact science. I know, we all know that. So
no, but I think it's fair to say that, like, if you're a snow lover, and I think you and I, well, you don't love snow as much as I do you?
Oh, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it after I lived in Syracuse, New York for 4 years, but I've been removed enough now that I do like snow again.
But if you're a snow lover, and an outlook like this comes out, I always tend to want to be encouraging and say, don't give up, because even though the 90 days may average out above normal, it certainly doesn't mean that 4 or 5 or even 10 of them can't be colder than normal, and something might fall from the sky during those times. So these are really, really long-term average outlooks. They don't tell you, like, I'll never forget, I had a lady call me one time and she said, my daughter's having an outdoor wedding in 6 months. What do you think?
Oh, no, I hate those.
And I said, well, there's no reliable way to do that. And she says, oh, I don't care if it's reliable. I said, well, then why did you call?
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's like rolling the dice at that point.
Yeah.
And so, so this winter, I mean, you can still hold out some hope there. Farmer's Almanac, what do you think about that? Yay or nay?
Now I haven't studied it a lot lately. I do know that one of the techniques they use is using solar activity, sunspots. And there was actually a graduate student at Penn State when I was there in the late 70s that had some luck in using that same type of thing to talk about even individual storms, like how strong they were going to get. So I don't want to discount it entirely, especially when it comes to a season. But, if you plan an individual event on an individual day based on what it says in the almanac, you deserve to get wet.
Oh, no, you didn't just go there. But I know you are 100% true with that because, yeah, you can't go by that. There's a lot of science into it. Greg, you know so much. I could talk with you all day about weather with all your 41 years of experience in the industry. And our viewers, where can they go to follow you and learn more? Because I know you post a lot about current weather events.
Well, I just started a page. I always had a personal Facebook profile, but I just started a page just a few days ago, and I'm sort of trying to migrate, everything over to that. And wouldn't you know that I'm forgetting the exact title, but it's something like the official weather page and other stuff along those lines. I guess my handle on that is there it is, the Fishel 6986. And I need to mention the significance of the 6986. Those are the 2 years the New York Mets won the World Series.
I knew it. I knew it had some kind of reference like that.
And having been a fan for 51 years and only 2 of them have been good.
Yeah, that's all right.
Fan.
Yes. Greg, you're the best. Thank you so, so much. And yes, I hope that our viewers do follow you because you have a lot of great experience and knowledge up there. So we appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it, Cheryl. Great to see you again.
Good to see you too. All right. We've got lots more Main Street living coming up, guys, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. Poor guy's a Mets fan. Wow, really threw me off there. But I'm going to start using the Farmer's Almanac as an excuse for why I can't attend events. Don't know what the weather's going to be like that day. Stick with us. We're going to talk about how a donation can make a difference.